We had the Port St. Lucie, Florida. That's where we find former LSU infielder, now with the St. Louis Cardinals, Kramer Robertson. Good enough to join us for a couple of minutes here on their off day. How are you, dude?
I'm good, guys. Thanks for having me.
Dude, our pleasure. Man, I was reading up on your story, and this past Saturday, was it 2 Saturdays ago when you got the call and the call-up? Like, catch everybody up on what this spring has been for you.
Oh, so unique. So I didn't originally get invited to Big League Camp at the beginning, which was pretty disappointing to me at the time. So I'm thinking for March 13th report time, and I'm at home in Waco, and I get a call at like 5 p.m. I'm about to go to my mom's game, and it's our farm director. And he's like, hey, some things happened, and you're getting on a flight tomorrow at 7 a.m., so be there. It's out of Dallas, and that's about 2 hours away from Waco. And so I packed my whole life up, didn't go to mom's game, and woke up at 3 a.m. to catch a 7 a.m. flight. Got off the flight, got a physical, and then by the next day, I'm in the game, and my first at bat is 99. Saw 4 pitches and got sent back to the dugout and struck out.
Welcome to the show, kid.
Hey, stay hot, Kramer. So I mean it's an amazing adjustment. How has it gone now for being in it now for a few weeks?
Well, it's only been about a week now.
Or a week, yeah, Saturday, I guess.
Yeah, it's been about a week now. But for me, it's more about how I do it than what I do. It's more about how I carry myself and how I'm being a professional and learning from the guys around me, and rather than worrying about how many hits I get or what my batting average is, or making an impression and with the coaching staff and the guys around me that they're getting comfortable with me. They see that I'm doing things the right way. I fit in. I have good feel, things of that nature, more so than, all right, I got to go out there and I got to show them I got to get 3 hits today and I got to make Sports Center plays every day. It's more just going about my business the right way, more so than the results of what I'm doing.
I don't think people realize the difference between a minor league spring training and a major league spring training. So jump into that for a little bit and tell us some of the biggest differences you've noticed.
Yeah, it's night and day. Like I said, I was pretty disappointed at first for not getting the invite to Big League Camp because, you're treated so well in Big League Camp. Everything, all the meals are nice and catered. And, you get one-on-one work all the time. In minor league camp, it's like camp, like Little
it
League
sucks.
Camp
You can
almost.
say it. Just it sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It does.
Peanut butter and jellies?
I'm 25 years old.
It sucks.
Yeah, I'm 20. Peanut butter and jelly, powdered eggs. Like, I'm 25. I'm 25 years old. Like, I want to be with grown men. I want to be with guys that are mature, that are.
And you're kind of show too, anyway, right?
Like,
yeah. I mean, that's not
got the flashy cleats
right.
and they got the gold chain and all, like show hair. I mean, he's show for
you're
sure.
Show.
For sure.
You should be in the show.
100%. And when you're in minor league camp, you're with 18-year-old kids that are from wherever, and it's just.
You're off
it's tough, and so I was really, really relieved when I got this call because I'm getting to be with guys like Paul Goldschmidt, Yadier Molina, people like that.
Goldie, you get to call him Goldie now because you're up there.
Yeah. Right, and you get those guys respecting. You get to know them. You get comfortable with them. So when that call up comes, hopefully one day you'll be familiar with them and they'll be familiar with you. Whereas when you're in minor league camp, like you're just another guy, like you're an afterthought. So to be here and to be able to get comfortable with the staff and the players is huge for me.
Kramer Robertson's our guest. So, Theriot, we all talk about the baseball nickname thing all the time. So, Goldie, whatever. Do they have a nickname for you yet?
Well, the Latins don't say my name. Don't say Robertson particularly well. So most of the Latin guys call me Robbie.
Yep, Robbie. Of course, makes sense.
I love that.
Everything's got to end. I was going to ask, is it Robbie or is it Cramey? I mean, because every baseball nickname has to end. Every baseball nickname. All you baseball
Who
geeks,
says Cramey? I've never even heard that word before.
It doesn't matter. They call Antoine Duplantis Twani, which is the stupidest sounding thing in the world.
Twani's not bad.
It's the stupidest sounding. Call the kid Antoine. Call him his name. Why does he got to be Twani? Why does he got to be Robbie? Why are you Riney? Why can't we just call people their names?
Nobody's ever called me that.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
Okay, Terry.
Nobody's ever called me that either.
Yeah, they have.
They call me Rhino.
Well, they should.
You're right.
I think girls maybe call me Cramey before, but nobody.
See, I told you. I told you somebody called him Cramey. I freaking knew it.
That's not true.
That Kramer. Is that true?
All right, we
I mean,
got
some girls would call me Cramey, but nobody in baseball has ever called me Cramey.
Who called you Cramey?
Some girls have, but no dudes have ever called me Cramey.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he said Goldie called him
there's
Cramey.
no other grown
No.
man is. You're not calling
No
another
other
grown man
has
Cramey.
ever called me Cramey. I've had maybe like a girlfriend or two call me Cramey, but no man has ever called me Cramey.
What are their names?
Yeah,
All right,
I
so
can't put 'em out there like
Stop.
that.
I gotta bring this thing back to earth.
You gotta
because
stop.
you're
You gotta
going off
stop
the rails.
talking over him.
You're going off the rails.
Stop talking over
But
him.
I have a question I want to ask because this
right.
is very interesting to me. I need
Okay.
to get to this. Okay. So what I was super impressed with in big league camp was the way that the superstars worked. You've got some big name guys on that team. Which one has impressed you with their work ethic so far?
I would honestly say every single one of them, and I think that's what's so special about Cardinals camp and some of the veterans that have come from other teams. I actually just had lunch today with Brad Miller. We just signed him recently,
Miller.
and I think that the way that everybody in the Cardinals organization handles itself, the culture, is so special because they're all so welcoming and they're all so attention to detail. I mean, you watch Yachty; he's a Hall of Famer, and the way he goes about his business every day is pretty special. But you watch him work with all of the other catchers, all the other guys. He's not too good for anybody. And I could go down the line: Goldschmidt, Wong, DeYoung, all these guys, Dexter Fowler. All these guys are open to talk to you and to give you advice. And nobody big leagues you, and it's pretty special that you can learn from these guys.
Fowley's a guy.
Fowley's
Dex.
Dex is good.
Dexy.
Dexy.
Got to go with Dexy. Got to go with the Y. It's got to end in a Y.
I like Dexy.
Kramer Robertson's our guest for a couple of more minutes. He's on Twitter at KramerR3. Good enough to join us here on his day off for a couple of minutes. I'm sure you're not super locked into LSU, but they're really struggling to hit the ball. In 2017, y'all struggled at the start of the season and kind of flipped. It felt like you flipped the switch and turned it on. Is that an easy thing to do to, at some point in the season, sort of collectively figure it out?
So yeah, I guess you could say we flipped. I don't know. I don't like to say flip the switch because that team, we worked really hard and we worked day in and day out, and you saw that on the field. And it might not always show up at first, hard work and all that, but eventually, like, you keep going at it and you keep believing in yourself, you're gonna produce. And I'm not around this team. I really don't know those guys that well. I wasn't around too much this fall. I was out in Arizona playing, so I didn't get to know these guys. But one thing I know about Coach is he's going to bring the best out of you. And at some point, I do believe these guys will start clicking. You always see it with LSU baseball teams, but it's not just going to happen because they're wearing the LSU across their chest. They're going to have to be motivated, and they're going to have to work at it, and they're going to have to figure out what their identity is. And they have to realize that they're not only representing themselves, they're representing me, they're representing Theriot, they're representing all these guys that came before them, and it means a lot to them. It's bigger than just one team, and they got to realize that. And they have to play with that kind of pride when they go out there every night. Being mediocre at LSU is not okay, and I think those guys know that, and they're going to get it rolling. And that staff is pretty special, so it's not going to take too much. So just give them a little bit of support, and that team's got a chance.
Your mom got 600 victories, fastest of any coach in college basketball history. How awesome was that? Were you able to share that moment with her and just go?
Yeah, that was special, man. And I'm glad that I was home most of the offseason. I wanted to be home to see my family, see my nephews. So when she got her 600th win, it was on the road. But the next game, we got to celebrate at home before the game, and we actually surprised her. Before the game, we had a little celebration. They had a video, and then I had the microphone. My sister had the microphone, some flowers, stuff. And we got to say a few words, and it was pretty emotional for her, and she was really excited. It was a special moment for all of us. I'm really glad that I was able to spend it with them.
How long does she coach, man?
This is her 20th year, man. I don't know how many more years she has left. I just think she'd be so bored with that. She's done it all. She's won national championships. She's got a gold medal. I just think she'd be bored, and she's built that program to what it is now. Like, why stop? You know, it's a powerhouse in there. They're going to have a chance every year. That's why not keep going?
Kramer Robertson, he's on Twitter at KramerR3. Y'all give him a follow. Do not call him Cramey unless you're dating him. But, dude, hey, man, we're following you in spring training, man. Everybody here's pulling for you. Happy for your success, man. We'll visit again soon, all right?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, guys.